Hi and welcome to GRVO TV, G's Reviews, Views and Opinions. I'm introducing today, firstly this thing here is Tia Maria, who for some reason over the last couple of days has decided that she loves me more than ever and will not leave me alone. So she's going to star in the video today and will probably get more hits than I would. So anyway, I'm doing a unboxing slash review, because it's not a true unboxing, I've already used this lens, of my new lens. Now, I've gone back and forth on what lens to buy for my my sort of 70-200 2.8, and I had the original Sigma 2.8, I've had the Nikon 80-200, and I then sort of decided I was going to get the Nikon VR2, which I realised I can't afford. Then looked at the VR1 second hand, but basically, you know, an absolutely beaten up one, you're looking at about 750 quid. So I had an opportunity to get this, which is an absolutely mint, brand new in the box, doesn't look like it's ever been attached to a camera, Sigma. I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's the 70-200 f2.8 APO EX DG OS. So obviously 70-200 f2.8 constant aperture, APO, I don't know, something with aspherical lenses, I'm not really sure. EX means it's from their pro range. DG means it's compatible with a full frame camera as well as a crop sensor camera. If it was only crop sensor, it would say DC, I believe, and OS, optical stabilization. So it comes in a nice big hefty box, which is always a good sign when you're buying a lens, I think. By the way, do you like the t-shirt? It's all in the f-stop, GRVO TV. Do you like it? What do you think? Let me know. Instructions. Interesting instructions, because they're, for once I had to read them because I didn't know what option 2 on the optical stabilization was for, and I'll cover that in a minute. So instructions. In here, another strange thing, a hood adapter for an APS-C sensor. Interesting. And then, as with all Sigma, it seems you get a lovely, lovely case, which I never use, but it's nice to be able to store it in there, send it, sell it on, or whatever. I never use the case, you know, because it goes in my camera bag. So the case goes back in the box and will never be used until I come to sell the lens, and then it's nice to have. So there's the lens with an absolutely monstrous hood on it. Look at that. And it says on there 35mm full-size hood, which is, there's a bit in there as well, which I'll go through in a second. So there's the lens. Quite a hefty lump, but to be honest, it doesn't seem much different or heavy than the original. I had the Mark 1 70-200 2.8 Sigma. I also had the Mark 2, and this doesn't really seem a lot heavier. So they've somehow crammed in the optical stabilization. They've also improved the optics, but it, if anything, it feels a little bit lighter. I'll have to look at that, but yeah. Overall, first impressions are that it's beautifully made. It's difficult to tell. I mean, it's mostly plastic, I'll say, but it's a nice quality. Sigma have done away with this textured finish, where there's all different textures, and they've gone for like a smooth effect all over, and just the different sort of hand holding points and moving points have got obviously different, like the zoom ring obviously is slightly wider than the focusing ring. There's like a grip bit there, so you can grip it and attach it to the camera, which is nice. But yeah, overall I think on first impressions the quality is beautiful. I mean, I can't fault it. I honestly can't fault it. Yeah, it's not metal and it's not made like a tank like the Nikon VR2, but this cost me 750 quid as opposed to 1,700 or 1,600 pounds. So we've got a 77mm lens on the front. Lovely nice piece of glass. It's internal zoom in, and internal focusing, so nothing moves at the front, nothing goes in and out, nothing rotates on the front, which is nice. We've got our usual nice metal mount on the back and that lovely wide 2.8 aperture. There's no ass gasket. I don't know why Sigma don't just stick one on, to be honest. I don't know if it's something to do with the rest of the weather sealing or what, but they just don't put one on. So, but it would be nice to see one. But so that's that. Around this side you've got the controls, which you've got autofocus, manual focus. This does have manual override, so if you're autofocusing you can grab the focusing ring and override it, which is a really nice feature. And then you've got the image stabilization, which is off 1 and 2. So off is for when you're on a tripod, and you've got option 1 and 2. Now option 1 is just normal image stabilization, like that. Option 2 is quite interesting because it's actually designed to only stop vibration that way. It won't allow for movement that way. So if you're taking a photo of, probably a football match, someone running or a car, you're panning, it won't try and stabilise that horizontal movement. It'll only stabilise the vertical movement, which I think is a nice feature. Now on the Nikon, I know it's got the mode 2 is for when you're in a moving vehicle. Now in the instructions this says this isn't for when you're in a moving vehicle, so you need to be clear on that. And they actually suggest switching it off if you're shooting from a moving vehicle. So there you have it. So that's that. We've got the nice tripod collar, which I'm used to. You just a half turn. I've just been attacked by a cat. Get off. It's a half turn, pull, and it comes off nicely. And same, put it back on, just clicks in, and then it's just a line it up, which is where it all goes pear shape. So just line it up, half turn. So if you just sort of quarter turn, then you can rotate the lens in the ring. So when it's on a tripod, you can rotate the whole camera around, and then you turn it around and it nicely engages, and you can feel when it's locked on, and that's lovely and sturdy, and it's a really nice mount. It's all powder coated, very nice. So happy with that. So the hood. Now this is where it gets interesting. In here, you've got that, and don't get me wrong, this is a good thing because they've thought of this and they've said, well, when you're on a crop sensor camera, the hood is really covering you with regards to flare and that for a full frame sensor. When you're on a crop sensor, the hood's not as effective. So what they've done is they've given you this little extension. So you put that onto there, and then you put that onto the camera, and that's what you end up with. However, in reality, I never had a problem with the old lens, just with the standard one. I think it doesn't look great when it's on the camera. It doesn't fit quite as well as the actual hood. So that is going to go in there, and that's where it will stay. If I see a problem, I can always get it out and put it back on, but I never have had a problem. And look at the size of the hood anyway. I mean, look at it. I mean, does it need to be any bigger? So that's what I'm going to go with, and see how we get on. Now, I've took it out briefly yesterday. I had literally sort of half an hour. I ran to the zoo, took a couple of pictures because I wanted to link in with the video from the 18-200 VR2, where I was showing you some pictures of specifically some wolves, where I was showing you how yes, the 18-200 is a great lens, but when you're at f5.6, the ability to blow out the background is vastly decreased. So what I've done is I've taken what I think are similar shots with this at f2.8, and you'll see straight away the difference and what I mean by the fact that the background is completely blown out on the wolf. You know, the wolf's pin sharp, background's completely gone, and that you can only get that with a fast lens like an f2.8 or a 1.8 lens. So that is why you're paying the money for a 2.8 lens. Now the bokeh is very nice, I think, in the background. I mean, it's a horrible background anyway, you know, it's only a zoo, but you can see what I'm talking about, and I'll put that picture up now so you can have a look. And I'll also put up the picture of the 18-200 wolf just to give you a comparison, if you like. So there you are. I'm just going to pop it on the camera so you can see what it looks like on my D7000 with a battery grip. That's what it looks like, and I think you'll agree that's quite nice. Heavy, oh yes, yes. Now don't be thinking this is the sort of lens that you're going to be able to carry around all day long hanging from the strap on the front of you, because you're not, realistically. When I carry this, I have it on a side sling, so it hangs off the tripod collar and it hangs down by my side like that, so I'm ready to pull it up and shoot with, and it works fine, and I can carry that quite comfortably on a side sling. However, it is a heavy old thing, and when you stick it on a reasonably heavy camera with a battery grip, you are looking at quite a chunk of weight there. So, you know, if you are looking to get a 2.8, seriously consider, you know, are you going to carry it? Are you going to take it with you? Because if you're not, and you just actually, oh, I'm going to leave it at home, you might as well, you know, go for, I mean, look at the difference in size. That's the 18-200 VR2. You know, the difference in size and weight is huge. And that can be the difference between someone actually thinking, yeah, I'll take that out, or, oh, I can't be bothered, it's too heavy, I don't want to take it with me. So that is something to bear in mind when you're looking to get your lenses. So, you know, pretty much this is what I have now. The 18-200 is my sort of do everything lens. I've got my 70-200 2.8 now, and I've also got for the low light capability, I've got the 50mm 1.8, and I'm pretty happy with that. I have got another lens coming, which I'm going to do a review on, and I'll talk about that later. So anyway, that's my initial unboxing / review of the Sigma 70-200 f2.8 APO EXDG-OS optical stabilizer. As I say, I will do an update on it later on once I've used it some more, but so far focus speed absolutely brilliant, no problems with it whatsoever. Optical stabilization is stunning so far. I've handheld at a 1/15 of a second in near darkness at 70mm, and I will do some more testing on that as well, and I'll report on my findings. But so far I'm absolutely loving it. Anyway, this has been GRVO TV. Don't forget, it's all in the f-stop, and I'll see you soon. Cheers, bye.